All right, so gentlemen, it was cool. Thanks for coming up to me yesterday and introducing yourself and talking to me about your project, and also bringing the inspiration for your project along. So I'll just let you guys kind of take the floor for a minute, introduce yourselves, and talk about what you're up to. We'll start on the end there.
Sure. I'm Mike Peterson.
Mike, get up on the mic a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I'm Michael Peterson. I was the founder of Bitcoin Beach and part of the team that's doing that down there in El Salvador. And we believe that Bitcoin is the money of the people and that it should be used in a transactional way and also for savings, of course, but that people can use it for financial freedom in their life and use the network rails that are there. And so that's what we've kind of set out to do, is to make sure that happens.
Awesome. What is, what have been some of the outcomes down there? I know that people have been talking about it, and it sounds like it's an amazing environment down there. People have just been amazed when they come away from it. So, tell me about how you built this thing, man.
We started with the youth. We do a lot of gang prevention programs. El Salvador has a big gang issue, and so we started with the youth of giving them job opportunities to start earning in sats. And we were pretty amazed that once they started earning Bitcoin, it kind of changed their whole outlook on life. They started wanting to go on and continue their education. They started thinking about starting businesses. And it just gave them this long-term perspective. And so that kind of was the genesis of the whole thing. And from there, it's grown to the entire community.
It's so cool. And it's literally the entire community, right?
Yeah, probably 90% of the families there are using Bitcoin, and almost all the businesses there accept Bitcoin, and a lot of them, it's the majority of their sales are in Bitcoin.
So absolutely amazing. What's the tax situation? Obviously, they don't have to pay taxes on all these purchases, do they?
No, most of the businesses there are informal, and so they were operating kind of off the radar before, and so they're just kind of continuing in that same fashion.
Yeah, that makes sense. How many people are in the community?
There's 3,000 people that live there, and then we've actually expanded to kind of the entire region. So there's probably a couple 100,000 people in that region that are interacting with Bitcoin in some way right now.
For real, that's amazing, man. And you attracted some big international surf competition. Was that part of because you're using Bitcoin and it was a cool project, or was it just happenstance? How did that happen?
I think it was happenstance, but I'll go ahead and claim it that it was because of us. So. But we're stoked to have Bethany Hamilton, who's obviously an inspiration. She's been helping us we did a fundraiser for the surf team there in El Salvador to build a surf training center, and it's all being built with funds coming from Bitcoiners, and we've raised almost 10 Bitcoin at this point, and we're still trying to raise more. That's kind of our goal, is to surpass 10 Bitcoin. And so it's been a lot of fun to interact with the surf community there in that way. I love to surf, and so it's, it was kind of a natural.
Where can people donate?
People can donate at caddydiazsurf.com. So check it out on Twitter. I'm always hyping it up, but we'd love to have people send us some sats.
Awesome. It's so exciting, man. All right. And then you guys have been inspired by Bitcoin Beach and by Swan, for that matter. So I want to hear about both of those projects that you're working on.
Right on. My name is Carlinho. I love what Mike has accomplished, and I believe Bitcoin is additive. And so what we need to do is support and help grow these types of movements. So we work with IBEX.
Yeah, hi, my name is Esteban. I'm one of the founding partners of IBEX. We're basically a Bitcoin-only non-custodial exchange in Guatemala, and very, very inspired by Swan.
I love it. So you guys are going to try to be like the Swan of Central America?
Indeed.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, whereas here you can just glide on the water. There we have to climb up the mountain.
I like it. Cool. And you said it was non-custodial.
Indeed.
So you force people to take control of their coins. So when they they don't have to withdraw, you never custody it. When they buy Bitcoin, they give you an address.
Exactly.
Purchase goes through.
I think it's super important. It's just a 5-minute talk. You have to take it seriously. This is digital transfer in a way. You have to learn at some point. You cannot, keep being lazy. And that 5-minute talk saves you a lot of sats as well.
It means that the customer base is buy only. There's very, very little sell pressure.
Yeah.
Actually, we disencourage sell. When they call us to sell, we just don't answer the phone.
Also like Swan. I was just saying, we don't have a sell button.
Yeah.
So we came down last month to see Bitcoin Beach. because it was crazy over the past year to just get over the border. And Mike was saying that people, even though there's a lot of use of Bitcoin around, there's no exchange. People are relying on ATMs to cash out when they need to, and of course they're getting ripped off with fees that they could be saving if there were other options. So we want to help to make sure that El Salvador has a non-custodial KYC only because we have to exchange, so that more people can get in and hopefully decide to never leave.
Yeah. So as we speak, our lawyers are already working on that, and yeah, we're opening up El Salvador and we're expanding to all Central America. And I mean,
I was telling them there's a huge amount of demand there. I mean, I'm just shocked at the people who drive down from the capital city and just to be able to buy Bitcoin, and they're buying it from the store owners there. They're searching for people that are willing to sell.
So what's it been like to build this service in Guatemala, right? Like you said, you're kind of working on some legal stuff, but like from an engineering perspective and a marketing perspective, like what's been the experience?
Well, it's been quite an uphill challenge in a way, but it just most importantly, it took us a long time to build the relationship we have with the banks, because at the end, that's the key point, right? You have to receive the quetzales at some point, and then on the all the other part is organic. It's actually pretty, in a sense, simple, but what we've created is a huge pipeline between Guatemala and New York, and we're giving you, the best Bitcoin that you can get. We're not mixing Bitcoin from our customers, so that you really know where it's coming from, and we're also giving you advice on how to put it into your books. Right now, we're already seeing that over 50% of our customers are actually institutions and not people anymore. At the moment, it's high volume that we're seeing, like high volume purchases, but we just released our app, and that's where we're going to go for the low volume ones. There's other people in the space, and at the end, I think also, the more we are, the merrier. It's really never a competition thing in Bitcoin. It's just about helping each other out and growing.
That's what we love, what's being done on Lightning, and the proof of it working in Bitcoin Beach. We need help with integrating into Lightning so that we can go to the bottom billion. That folks that rely on remittances being sent to them every day to pay for food, they're paying over 9% on average in transaction fees to all these companies that are benefiting on it. That's about 2 to 3% of the GDP of each of our countries. Wow. So if we could just lock that out, and then it goes straight into to their hands. It's not going into anyone on top. It's just the bottom people, folks that aren't using Bitcoin because of the number go up, but because its transaction fees go down, right? So big shout out and thank you so much to all the folks working on Lightning. We will do everything we can to get it out into the hands of millions of people in Central America. Our mission is make Central America hyper-Bitcoinized region, the first of the world. We think it's a race for the regions and the countries to get hyper-Bitcoinized. Central America doesn't have the oil that Venezuela or the Saudis had. What we do have is our people. So if we can use remittances to win the Bitcoin race, then the difference is, instead of it being tied up in the hands of the politicians, it's the same kind of economic boom, but powered by the masses.
It's amazing, man. Giving me goosebumps over here. Inspired. I love it. So, I mean, do you think that remittances are like the first killer app of Lightning? Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, definitely. We've seen that with when Strike launched in El Salvador. I mean, it was amazing. They were the #1 app within like 3 weeks.
Right.
And yeah, I don't think that anybody has ever seen that happen before, with an app come out like that and dominate the marketplace. And so it's funny, everybody in El Salvador now knows what Strike is, and they're all super stoked on it.
How quickly will it take for people to realize that they could send money instantly without paying any fees? Turns out pretty quick.
That's yeah. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like so much better. It's like not just 10x better, like it's 100x better experience, and that'll spread like wildfire. That goes viral very quickly.
So we hope that Guatemala can be next on the list for Strike to open up, because love Strike, and hopefully more people will do the same and follow their lead. We'll follow the Bitcoin Beach path to just get Lightning wallets into the hands of young people to empower them to take control of their financial future. we're going to do it at Bitcoin Lake. That's Lake Atitlan in the town of Tununa. Big shout out to Shad Kutsi and Daniel Toledo. Shad from Duck Willow Farms. We will work for corn. He is leading the Bitcoin Citadel construction in Atitlan with permaculture. So if you all want to help us build a Bitcoin Citadel powered by permaculture in Atitlan, please come down to Bitcoin Lake in Tununa, and of course, go down and surf and learn to surf at Bitcoin Beach, because and Taproot activation party is
November.
Yeah,
Nice.
All right. So we're doing everything we can to make sure the Bitcoiners know that if they want to celebrate Taproot being activated, you should do it at Bitcoin Beach, because you can go down there, learn to surf, and not touch dirty fiat during your entire time that you're there. Where else do you want to be to celebrate Taproot activation other than on a beach where people don't like fiat? Everyone's there. What blew me away, we gave a guy $20, a waiter, just random waiter, hey, can you get some cigarettes? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. But then my buddy Albert was like, can I pay you in sats? The guy literally just threw the $20 bill back and said, yeah, give me sats. So in something, thanks to what Mike has done, you have people that are in high school rejecting cash, US dollars. I mean, when did you think that would happen? I blew my mind.
That's how it starts, man. This is a Bitcoin native generation, right? You have the internet native generation and like millennials, you know, and yeah, we're raising a Bitcoin generation now. It's beautiful to see.
And I really think that Central America will be the first region in the world to hyper Bitcoinize and be on a Bitcoin standard.
At the end, it's all about incentives, and we definitely have the right incentives to hyper Bitcoinize, and that's what I like so much about Bitcoin. The incentives are there to do good, and that's what we're doing. Good stuff.
It's awesome, guys. Anything else you want to add? Like, shill some ref links. No, I'm just kidding. Like, talk a little bit more about your project. So, some kind of sign off. I don't know.
Well, look, if I can say something, if there's any Guatemalans hearing this and you're in the U.S. and you want to, lower your remittance costs, just buy some Bitcoin and send some Bitcoin to your partners over there, and we'll put it in their account.
And for all the Bitcoiners out there, if you've not been to Bitcoin Beach yet, you need to get down there. I mean, it's a beautiful beach surf town, and like you said, you don't have to touch dirty fiat while you're there. So what more could you ask for vacation?
I'm going to need some surfing lessons. I've always wanted to be a surfer, but I live in Kansas. So
we have somebody that'll do that for you, and he only accepts payment in sats. So
dang. That's awesome. That's what I need. All right, gents.
And please support, again, where can people donate?
Oh, yeah.
It's Katy Diaz, Katy Diaz, DIAZ surf.com, and that's for our campaign to build a high-class surf center for the Salvadorian surf team.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And on Twitter, just look it up, Bitcoin Beach.
Yeah, just Bitcoin Beach on Twitter.
Bitcoin Beach on Twitter.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Thanks for telling your stories. I love the passion, man.
We're doing it. Let's fucking
Getting
go.
it done. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you, Swan.
All right.